Hello ladies and gentlemen, Legend Commentaries here, bringing you today the semifinals of the Zeke 12th tournament for League of Legends. We have Team Severity Gaming here, and their opponents on the purple team over here. Now we can see that Evil Lol, their mid, went for a Karthus this game. I was not, once again, present for the bans because the game has started before the last one's delay had ended, so wasn't able to get in to see the bans, but we see them once again rocking out with that Taric and Caitlyn combo going against an Ashe and a Janna. So, you know, we've seen the Ashe versus the Caitlyn in rounds previous to this, and just it's completely ineffectual with what they had earlier, which is a Sona. Now we'll see if this Janna with her range on her tornadoes and her CC is also going to help to compound with this Janna, or with this Caitlyn and Taric combo, but I'm not so sure. I guess we're going to have to see because, you know, Ashe's range is just so much shorter, but we do have a Jungle Nocturne on the purple team, so that kind of partially global ultimate, along with Shen's partially global ultimate. We have an Olaf jungle for Void Eternal this game, instead of that Shyvana that they were rocking earlier on. And as far as top lanes, the Shen and the Rumble, and then we have an Ahri mid versus that Karthus. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see this team composition at work because Olaf, earlier today I was playing with an Olaf jungle and it completely wrecked our team. That true damage and his axes being such a good ganking utility are just fantastic. Whereas you have Nocturne with, you know, his partially global ultimate where he can jump to you, his fear, and that you know, his Q which detects your path. Okay, now we do have there's a team named TMS. The Monk Squad, I think is what it is. So this is the Monk Squad, this is Severity Gaming, and we are going to get underway here in a moment. And let's see. Summoner spell is fairly standard. I'm surprised that Ashe took Ghost, actually. I haven't seen that recently. We do have Caitlyn taking that Ignite, so we'll jump on ahead into the game here and see who comes out on top of the semifinals of the Zeke 12th League of Legends tournament. And we are underway with the Zeke 12th tournament here on the semifinals with Team Severity Gaming versus the Monk Squad. So we got the Severity Gaming team coming up through this blue. This is actually seeming to be a standard path here, going up through this tri-bush and around and up into blue now. Purple team is going to be just defending this Golem buff, trying to maybe secure just a very easy early blue for Nocturne. We'll see if Severity Gaming actually does anything to disrupt that, or whether they're also going to play it safe and they're just kind of waiting to catch someone out of position. They do, though, still have that very strong early team fight with this Karthus and his Q, the Olaf and his axes, the Taric stun. They are going to catch someone out here, possibly. No, they are backing off. We see purple team pinging, and Shen actually top. So it is a 5v4 right now. However, Severity Gaming doesn't know that. That sound, this Ahri loves it. I don't think we're going to see much aggression. We might actually have... Oh, they baited it around, but this ward is going to actually see Olaf. Wow, really well-placed ward by the Monk Squad. They're going to see them doing those wraiths, and Ahri is going to wait for that and maybe steal it. Nope, Ahri does not quite get off the steal. I think she might have taken one there. Let's see what she has. Yeah, she took one of those small wraiths, so no big deal. And we might actually see them try and steal this blue. That would be interesting to see. Now we see that both of them are coming in on this Severity Gaming team, and they might actually take out this Olaf. Not quite going to do that. Rumble landing a little bit of harass off, and Olaf going to go on ahead over to his blue. Probably going to get a really a long leash from this Karthus. Let's see what he... Oh no, just going to get a short leash, and I guess Olaf's going to go for it. He did start with his axes, so he's going to have plenty of damage, and we're going to get right on into the game here. So not going in favor of either team there in the very early part of this game. Everyone pretty much getting their lane at the same time, already getting a few more farm, but Karthus catching it up in lane. Rumble and Shen here engaging a little bit with each other, and I'm not really sure how this is going to work out. I haven't seen a whole lot of Rumble play. I know that, you know, Dyrus mains Rumble and that kind of thing, but I don't see him even play that a lot in tournament games. He plays a lot of Vlad and everything, but I'll be interested to see how this pairs up against a Shen. And once Shen gets level 6, how aware he is of this map and how aware he is of where he needs to be in terms of team fights. Starting items, we went for the very standard Janna building into a Philostone and Tarek building into a Philostone, Karth and everyone else getting some health pots and boots, and we have Olaf getting a cloth armor and some boots as well. He went back and picked up that cloth armor. So we see him just going through, getting his blue, etc. Nocturne has both of his buffs, however, only 350 health, so he is going to have to be not going to see any really early aggression from him. We so far have only a ward from the Monk squad up in that tri-bush. Dazzle realizing, I don't really need to worry about it yet. We're not pushed up far enough for me to worry about it. And Caitlyn there, missing a last hit, but about to say doing a pretty good job at kind of freezing these minions right up in here so they don't get up on the turret so that it's not harder for her to last hit than it needs to be. They are doing a lot better job, though, than previously with the Ashe and Sona combo. So be it player skill or just because, this combo works better, they're actually being able to push on this Caitlyn and Tarek combo, which is kind of surprising given the range that Caitlyn has over Ashe. So we see the purple ping going down on that ward, making sure that Nocturne knows, okay, there's a ward river, don't come bottom unless you know that you can come up through the lane, which he really could right now. I mean, there's a big open area here. He could come down into this bush. We do see some engagement going on with this Caitlyn, though, and going to turn onto this Janna. Janna shielding herself to absorb some of that damage and really kind of juggling the aggro quite nicely. We do see the Caitlyn come up for this kill on the Ashe. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. No, Caitlyn gets taken out being way too aggressive. We might see the Shatter do something, but nope. Janna is going to... Janna's going to be able to mitigate that damage as well, doing a really nice job there of juggling that back and forth, and definitely on the bad end of that for the Team Severity Gaming, losing that first blood, 400 gold, and now every other kill is going to be worth around 300. So already taking a little bit of damage there from that Olaf gank. Olaf back over here at the race doing those before he Bs with his red buff. Let's see if Rumble comes up here to engage on this Shen at all. No, he's just going to come up and try and take out some of these minions to sort of push his lane back and not have to last hit on tower, because Rumble really isn't that strong of a last hitter when you're stuck up against your tower like this, so really could have done with moving backwards a little bit more early and trying to kind of stop these minions from getting pushed, because missing these, every single last hit is going to count at this stage in the game. Missing those big ones are especially troublesome for you when it gets to late game. Virtual Superstar here, warding on this river, making sure to kind of see any ganks that are coming up for this Karthus, helping them out. Still got the purple ward up at Dragon and a blue ward down here in between. So purple doing a really nice job at getting those wards up because they are pushed quite far up into this lane. Caitlyn level 4 versus this Ashe, which is level 4. So not a lot of experience gain difference, but we do have the 32 farm versus the 33 farm on Caitlyn. So Caitlyn coming back a little bit. Ashe still has that first blood though, so Ashe is probably coming back geared out with her, Dorans and boots too, whereas Caitlyn only has the Dorans. So going to have a little bit less chase. Ashe is going to have a little bit more kite. Nocturne coming in for a gank there, but not being too successful about it, actually having to flash over that wall and burn that summoner spell just to get out of the situation he's going to be. Bot lane looking to be a little bit more, or a little bit less aggressive, rather. Staying back a little bit, Ashe getting her last hits back up and harassing when she can, but, with that boots 2 over the boots 1 here is a perfect time for Ashe to start really putting on the pressure and trying to kind of kite this Caitlyn backwards. Janna being able to secure this bush and knock up this Tarek every time he comes in for a stun is really going to work wonders for TMS. Nocturne going to come over here just in time to see Olaf taking his last Wraith, and that means that Shen's not going to come down there. Olaf sees the Nocturne coming down there and is going to cancel his going back. Pings the bush knowing he goes right through there, and no help from Shen there. So no engagements happen, just kind of keeping Shen mindful that bad things could happen if he stays there or if he goes over to engage. Shen getting pushed back to his turret now, as is to be expected. Rumble's pushing power is very strong. And we got bot lane there we go, with that frost shot just completely kiting them away and doing a ton of damage as they leave. However, the trade being okay, Janna having to pop a health potion, does have that Philostone, so she's going to regen quickly. Ashe has her Doran's Blade, so really damage probably came out about even on both sides. Once Tarek has this heal up, probably going to get that off on this Caitlyn. There we go. Now we see Ahri going to get her first blue of the game. And there it goes. We got a blue for Ahri, and at the same time, a blue for Karthus. Pretty much identical for both teams. Really shows that they're both on par with each other in terms of jungle timing, despite that kind of early disruption to Olaf's jungle. Some engagement there. Karthus doing a really nice job at dodging that charm, and Nocturne actually going to clear out these wraiths as well, taking away some of that experience from Olaf as he comes around. Seems like kind of just mirror images of each other here. First we see Nocturne come around and see Olaf taking them, then we see Olaf come around only to see Nocturne taking them. Ahri coming back in with some more harassment with that. I like this Foxfire skin. It's really nice. Just came out too. Karthus popping on a wall, not really doing too much. He is level 7 though, so we have the ultimate. No lanes are really, would benefit from it yet, but that really starts to become an issue late game when, you get those people who are escaping with 500, 600 health, and at level 18 with Karthus fully pimped out with, his Rod of Ages, a Rod of the, and Archangels, then, you get so much ability power from all the mana, all of that stacking up on that Archangel's staff and just giving him a huge amount of ability power, plus his passive allowing him to cast from when he's dead. Really, team fights aren't a big deal for him. He just goes in, nukes someone down, dies, and then continues to nuke. So really starts to snowball late game, and it's pretty effective. The arrow coming in from that Ashe lands it on the Karthus, and Karthus is definitely going to go down there. Wow. That arrow really, really nicely landed by this Ashe. That was a great play there by the Monk squad. And now we see that it is 0-2, and Monk squad leading by about 1k gold. Not really leading by too much gold, but definitely has the kill advantage there. And that is the thing, is that since this Caitlyn isn't able to shut down this Ashe early game, it's going to go into a mid and late game scenario for them to prove, themselves, for lack of a better word, to their team. And Caitlyn really doesn't scale nearly as well as Ashe does late game because she has 0 CC, and really the damage isn't that great either. Now, if you're fighting in the brush, sure, you have the passive with Caitlyn, but really Ashe with all that CC, as well as her arrow being the hard CC, and this clairvoyance that's up, every 60 seconds, really kind of a better asset to the team in terms of late game team fights that you're going to be having, in terms of shutting down their carries like Caitlyn, like Karthus, catching them out of position with an arrow, and completely nuking them down before a team fight even has a chance to commence. Tarek here, getting harassed a little bit, but Janna, not much damage there, going for that very, supporty build with the full out armor and magic resist, runes, etc. We see Karthus was going down there, but it looks like the Monk squad very actively pinging that and making sure that the bot lane knows that he was missing for a second. And yeah, Ahri back in lane just in time to catch these minions before they get taken out by the turret. We see the purple team ping there right on this river, and I guess I'm not really sure what that was for, but top lane pretty stagnant here. We don't see any kills going on. As far as farm, 66 to 63, very even. We can see as we progress in these rounds, the games get closer and closer. The farm gets closer and closer, and really team composition starts to have way more of an effect than the skill level of the team does. And early on, it doesn't matter what team composition you have. Low ELO play, it doesn't matter what team composition you have. You're going to get killed if you have really bad players. Here, everyone is kind of playing on the same level, so it really starts to factor in, team composition and what you have in team fights and what your mid game is like and your late game and how you combine all of those things together to come up with this kind of perfect synergy. Like, there we go, the arrow going off on that Caitlyn and stopping her from taking out Janna, really nicely placed by Tears. And we are going to see this Rumble get ganked by this Nocturne, and Ahri coming up, let's see if she has her ultimate. She does. Pops the ultimate there. The Ignite going down on Rumble. Rumble's ultimate going off, though, and Ahri going to come back and take up that Rumble. Karthus, though, might be getting a triple kill here. Double kill. Oh my, no wall. Oh man, the wall was on cooldown, and Karthus may actually get taken out here as well. No, the Ignite wasted on Karthus. Really, really nicely baited by Karthus, keeping that Ignite. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but definitely useful not to have an Ahri with that Ignite, and she, blew her flash there as well, along with her ultimate. So now the only ultimates we have up on the map are that Shen and Janna ult, And then we also have, all of Severity Gaming's ultimates up except for Olaf's and Rumble's. So one more ultimate on the Severity Gaming team versus the Monk Squad team. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that blue buff again, once again for Ahri, and that means that Karthus, when he gets back up after Olaf does these wolves, should be heading straight to blue to pick that up for himself as well. And we're going to get right back to the harass going on mid, the harass going on top, and some more team fights culminating on either side. Now we have yet to see that Karthus ult go off. Might have been useful there before he even engaged on them to just, have his ultimate go off, take down some extra health, and maybe he could have picked up that Ahri before she got back to her turret, but you're never really super confident about that Karthus ult because you don't know. Okay, so we got a free dragon there going for that purple team. No contest at all versus this blue team, and that's just simply because Dazzle doesn't have it warded. There's no wards going down anywhere except for in this bush. So, and that's pretty much, they've been pushed up on their turret the entire game, and every time that Dazzle has went up here to try and ward something, gotten cut off by this Janna or gotten harassed and had to go back immediately. So coming up there, putting a ward where he can, and then going on back. This Taric with the Imbu, let's see what he's leveling up first. Yeah, leveling up the Shatter first, just like we've seen in the other games, and also getting a second rank and then Imbu. So leveling up his heal to kind of help the sustain, but mostly leveling up Shatter to get some extra damage off. And we do have this purple ward in this bush here, so that's going to keep him from being able to dazzle, jump out, dazzle that Ashe, and allow some nuke damage to go off. Ashe's ultimate is back up, so we'll be watching for an arrow here fairly soon. Both of the mid players have their blue buff. We have Karthus with almost a Rod of Aegis, but man, doing a lot of damage with those lay wastes when it's on a single target. The arrow, what? Oh my! I thought that missed, but the arrow goes off. This Ahri back up with the ultimate takes down the Karthus. The ultimate for Ahri back up just in time, and Ashe, man, landing those ultimates from such long range, that is just excellent play. I would think that they need to be talking a bit more between their team, and when they see the Ashe ultimate go off, let this Karthus know, my god. Ahri going ahead and taking those wraiths, and we see that Rumble up here harassing Shen on his turret, taking down quite a bit of his health. So let's examine the builds here. We have Source Boots going on with the mids, with both of the mids. My goodness, I've been talking for so long, my voice is cracking like I'm 5 years old. Anyways, we have the Source Boots going on for the mids, a little bit of sustain going on for Ahri, going for what would appear to be a Deathfire Grasp. Karthus not even going for the Dorans, and oh my, picking up a Karthus ult kill on this Ashe. Let's go back and watch that. I love Karthus kills. Here we go. We see the Caitlyn ult. Ashe running away, gets away, but oh, po baby. And then Janna's ult. Can't even save her, but that's just global ultimates. Ban Karthus, ban Soraka. Pretty simple rules to live by in high ELO, but we'll see, because quite frankly, Karthus is losing his lane, and 2 deaths, 1 kill leading by that, but I don't know. We have a Rod of Aegis going down. Ahri, however, going for that Abyssal Scepter, and then probably going to go for that Deathfire immediately after. Has a little bit more sustain with these Doran's rings, and also has those Source Boots. So Ahri still has her blue buff. Karthus does not. We'll see whether that kind of outweighs this lane composition. Ahri picking up so much farm with just that 1 Q combination that she has that's so volatile. Is that an ultimate? That is an ultimate. Just harassing with that ultimate. And, let's be honest, it'll be up in 88 seconds. Probably won't have anything happen by then. We'll see. The blue ping's going off knowing that Nocturne is there. However, Nocturne's already left, and he's going to go down here and, yeah, clearing out those wards, getting an early Oracles. And unless Team Severity Gaming here does something fairly quickly to turn the tides, it's going to start snowballing out of control. We see these really, really nice plays coming off by this Monk Squad team, and they're all pushed up on their turrets. So this is kind of how Severity Gaming has had all their games be. Early game, except for that first one, my god. Not a lot of domination, but kind of just very, very steadily doing work. We're going to see Olaf here coming up and around, but oh my goodness, looks like Karthus already having so much damage done to him, and yeah, the Shen ult coming in on that Ahri and going to save her from that Karthus, coming back up onto the Olaf, the Ashe arrow missing, and Olaf already had his ultimate on anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered, but Janna coming up, landing one of those Zephyrs, and they pick it up 1-0 and get a Karthus kill under their belt. Rumble, though, taking down that top lane turret, doing a really good job in his lane of kind of zoning out that Shen 125 farm to 110. Rumble getting that Hextech Revolver and the Merc Trez to help negate some of this magic damage that's being done by this Ahri, as well as the Janna. And, you know, Shen, what little damage he has is majorly magic damage. As far as our junglers go, both have a Wriggles. We see that Olaf actually a little bit ahead of what Nocturne's items are, but that may just be because Nocturne has not beat in a while. Yeah, he is. Well, no, actually, Olaf leading him in gold by a little bit. As far as our mid gold, 5,500 versus Ahri's 6,200, so really no one's too far behind here. We're leading by about 1.7k there for the purple team, but that's pretty much just, you know, those 2 kills and that dragon will account for that. So as long as purple team can continue to get dragons to kind of just sustain in their lane and keep their farm up, I think that late game they can take it and definitely win against this Severity Gaming team, because Caitlyn falls off so hard, and really late game your AD carry is what makes or breaks a team fight for you, and your ability to focus. Now, of course, the CC on this team, the ability to dive in onto their AD carry is really, really great, because you have that Nocturne ultimate and Fear. The Ashe Arrow is going to be able to shut down the Caitlyn, whereas, you know, Team Severity Gaming doesn't have all that much that they can use to dive in on this Ashe, especially with all that CC that she has with her Frost Arrow and Volley. So if this goes to late game, you know, we're already at 20 minutes. In the first game, Severity Gaming was already pushed up and at the inhib, or at the Nexus by this time in the game. So here we've only lost 1 turret top, and purple team, who is ahead right now in the game, hasn't pushed any turrets. So we're looking to settle in for a long game here, and possibly one that's going to go late game. And I think that the Monk squad kind of knows that, and that's why they're not being super on with their pressure on the Severity Gaming turrets, because they realize, you know, we can take this late game. And they do just scale really, really well. Now we'll see if Nocturne, you know, we saw that Severity Gaming's jungler went for a little bit of a tankier Nocturne build for their game, and that was because they didn't really have a tank. We could see this Nocturne go for some more offensive items, since they do have that Shen going top, a very, very tanky kind of champion. We see the purple ward here. They're going to see that this dragon attempt is going down, and they're probably going to come in and try and stop this. This could be a huge point in the game. We see that everyone on the map is here. A 5v5 is about to happen. They see them the entire time they're over here. We have the Caitlyn traps going down on this ramp to kind of block off that entrance from the Ashe. And yeah, I think they realize that this dragon is just a bad idea, and that they should really just try and teamfight this without that dragon aggro adding on to kind of what their team is going to be dealing with. And here we see that Taric just getting completely focused down by that Ahri combination. Ahri going to come around here, maybe flashing over the wall. No, just going to charm and do some more harass. This is not looking up for the Severity Gaming team in this team fight. Oh, they're engaging, though. They are engaging. Ahri jumping out with that ultimate, staying away from everyone. Karthus is going to get taken down very quickly. We got the Nocturne jumping onto Caitlyn, just like I had said, that ultimate really being very volatile. And then we have the Karthus ult, though, coming down, really taking out their advantage in that game, taking out 2 people, the Janna and the Nocturne, taking away their support. Caitlyn is going to pick up this Ashe and Shen kill with this Rumble, and that is a really, really nice team fight for their team. Now, as long as Ahri is not allowed to clean up, they should be able to go in and get out of this with 3 for 4. Or with 2 for 4, actually. They only lost 2 people. They lost their Karthus and their Olaf, and Karthus actually picking up a double kill there. So I guess he is probably just saving up to get his Rabadons. He may not even be going for an Archangel's. He's just going to be going straight for a Rabadons, not even waiting to get an item there. Oh no, he is getting his needlessly large rod. Alright, Rumble going for that Negatron cloak. It'll be kind of interesting to see what he builds here. I would be thinking a Rylai's, and then maybe getting that Negatron for an Abyssal Scepter or something of that sort. Maybe even going for a Banshee's Veil early. We've got the standard AD build going for that Infinity Edge. As far as the Ashe, Infinity Edge already obtained by that Ashe, had to sell one of her Dorans to get it. Same thing with Caitlyn, though, to get her pickaxe. Purple team disrupted while doing dragon, really nice damage on that Ahri, and being able to kind of harass her down. Now they are going to contest this dragon, and you know, we've got 4 people here. We've got the 5 people of Severity Gaming. Shen not there, but Shen does have his ult up if they choose to fight on this. No, Shen does not have his ult up, actually. Still got a little while on in about 70 seconds, so they definitely had to let that one go. No Shen ult, a 4v5, there's no way they would win that one. Karthus has quite the lane advantage on this Ahri right now. Might be able to take this turret down to about half health with enough damage. It still does have a tank minion left. No, not quite enough minions. I was thinking that that wave was going to be there a bit sooner, but Ahri, gosh, just taking out waves by wave and completely decimating that lane. We do have the Abyssal and the Deathfire on that Ahri, so she's going to be a little bit more potent. She'll be able to nuke people down a little bit quicker. Probably take out that Caitlyn or the Karthus really, really quickly. Although Karthus going for that durability with the Rod of Ages was a really smart move, because he did realize, this Ahri is not as easy to beat as I thought she was going to be. Already ahead by, about 45 farm or 35 farm. So I don't know. We're going to have to just keep an eye on it and see what this Ahri does late game, because she seems to have pretty good map awareness, seems to be knowing who to focus and when to use her ultimate in team fights. It'll just be getting out of the grasp of this Karthus wall, the Olaf slow, the Rumble ultimate once he has his Rylai's, and the Taric stun. So, I mean, they do have a lot of CC. It's not hard CC, but it's enough CC to where they can probably catch an Ahri out of her ultimate. Do have the arrow going off there, landing on that Karthus once again. Ashe just completely making this game for this Ahri right now, doing a great job at landing every single one of those arrows, and all the way from bot lane as well. So, my god, doing a really, really nice job there. This Ashe, professional right there. Nocturne chasing down that Olaf, actually going to be able to take out those Wraiths, and Ahri just pushing this lane further and further. We are 1-to-1 in terms of turrets. Took down the mid here in favor of the purple team, and took out the top turret here in favor of the blue team. The Nocturne ultimate going off on this Caitlyn. Caitlyn flashing out of it though, so no range for a fear. Caitlyn going to go ahead and auto attack. Shen ult coming in. The dive is going to happen, and we are going to see Caitlyn run for her life unless the Shen taunt can get off on her. Rumble coming in to intercept that and not allow that to happen. However, Ahri, no, not going to run in. No ultimate there, so no ability to get out, not going to chance it. The bot turret though is going to get taken down by these minions. Olaf pushing this mid lane, but I think that Shen and Nocturne might be able to... Nah, Olaf's going to run up here and get out safely. Ahri trying to counter jungle these Wraiths, but still realizing, my Wraiths have been gone. This Nocturne already doing that job for her, taking out the experience for this Olaf. Rumble going to go up here, help Olaf out, take those out, but Shen going back up to his turret up here to help his farm out. We got 152 to Rumble's 176. He's falling behind a little bit in terms of this Rumble. Rumble outlaning him a bit at this point in the game. And, okay, we see Karthus now actually going for his Zhonya's. He's going to just get that sustainability going up, pop that Zhonya stasis while he's in the middle of their team using his E, and just going to completely use that Defile to decimate the enemy team. His ulti is already ranked 2. We got 521 damage, minus whatever magic resist they have. Ashe using that Clairvoyance pretty effectively, stopping that Taric from going up here and warding so that Janet can get her ward down. Any oracles right now? No, we don't have any oracles going off so far. Nocturne does not have his, so I don't know. We're going to have to see. All this vision is really kind of being... Oh, never mind. The Olaf Oracle clearing out wards. Really, really nicely done. This Void Eternal doing a really good job at grabbing that Oracle pretty early in the game for his team, and doing it on fairly tanky champions. So, and running right by a ward there. I guess he just saw the team fight and wanted to go and help out. Rumble getting a little bit too cocky there, running straight into that team fight, and this may not work out in their favor. We might see a Karthus ult for that Ahri. Karthus, do it! Do it, Karthus! Do it! Oh my god, what happened? Oh, the arrow! The arrow canceled it! Oh my god, this Ashe completely turning this game around. That would have been a good game for them, although we do see that Ahri gets taken down there. But my god, oh my goodness, that arrow was ridiculous. Let's go back and watch that again. Wait, was it even the arrow? Wait a minute. Alright, Karthus starts his ult. The Ashe arrow. Yep, it was the arrow. Oh my goodness, that was so close. That was a great play by that Ashe. Now we're going to go back up to this point in time. We do see that everyone's here and Ahri is down. So, I mean, really not that bad for the Severity Gaming team, but not a good fight either. And kind of just ever widening that gold gap here very slowly but surely. Now 4K gold ahead. Getting another kill, taking out the Karthus, diving over there, and Ash gets another double kill. So Ash really carrying this game right now, having all those great plays, just completely turning this game around. Or rather, not really turning it around, but just kind of putting it in their favor. They were pretty much dead even for the entire early game phase. Everyone had their farm even and that kind of thing, and now it's really just kind of blowing out of proportion. Ari with 233 farm to Karthus's 177. He may have his Zonias, but Ari already working on her needlessly large, plus the Deathfire, plus the Abyssal Scepter. So Ari is quite far ahead of him, 10,000 gold versus his 8,000. So about 2,000 gold ahead there. And just going to have to do something here on Severity Gaming to turn this game around, because it is slowly but surely sliding out of their grasp. We see Rumble coming up here for the Nocturne, landing the ultimate on those minions to kind of pick up the kills as well as slow him initially. We see the true damage coming down from Olaf, the Caitlyn coming up here, and they're going to pick out this Nocturne very easily, getting that 273 gold for Caitlyn as well as the assist gold for Rumble and Olaf. Going to go in here and take out that ward and start a Baron attempt. They're doing Baron right now, and actually going to probably get stopped here because of this Ari's harass range. Maybe not. They might be able to just do it straight through all the harass. We see the Ashe coming over here, landing that Clairvoyance with her Hawk Shot. Oh, nope, did not steal the Baron, but they did. Blue team did get it. So we got Ari coming in with the Shen ult, and the Rumble going to get taken down there. Ashe killing spree, taking out the Rumble. Ari taking out the Rumble. Ashe taking out the Olaf, and Severity Gaming gets out. 3 people, lost 2, got Baron. Not sure if it was worth it or not. I guess they did get their gold lead a little bit diminished there, but still, giving that Ashe double kill, or giving that Ashe a kill and this Ari kill, not a good idea on their team. Ever widening that kill lead, giving Ashe all of her items here. We see that Ashe already has Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, building the Banshee's Veil there. And as far as Caitlyn, actually, Caitlyn really not that far behind anymore. We got 8.9k to Ashe's 10.9k. Okay, so actually about 2k ahead. Ashe just must not have bought anything in a while. Yeah, 1,200 gold there in pocket, whereas Caitlyn only has 160. So Caitlyn picking up her Phantom Dancer. We should see Ashe here buy an item fairly quickly after she gets her wolves. There we go, going to go B there. Got a ward going down at Dragon. They already picked that up though, so widening that gold lead once again to about 6k. Alright, so we got a team fight culminating here at mid. We got Ari pushing back these minions, making sure they don't get pushed too far towards her mid turret. Once again, still only 1 turret for Severity Gaming. They really need to push the Monk Squad back. Monk Squad picking up 2 of these on mid and 1 on that bot turret, and Shen pushing that forward once again. Rumble doing a good job in this entire game at kind of keeping his lane pushed, keeping the minions under control, and being very map aware. However, in team fights, not making the best decisions, kind of running in and getting caught out of situations where he necessarily shouldn't be. Jaina going to pick up a ward here, so that placement is gone. Not that it really mattered too much, but kind of would have protected Rumble while he was pushing. Alright, looks like blue team, Severity Gaming, kind of debating whether or not to go for Shen or whether or not to go for this turret, and Olaf going to go for that. The Ashe ultimate going off, or the Caitlyn ultimate going off on the Ashe. Ashe should just be able to lifesteal that back up. And it looks like Ashe actually might be going for the Last Whisper right now. Instead of, she might have just gotten that Negatron Cloak to help negate some of that early damage, and is just going for the Last Whisper straight off of that pickaxe. Nocturne has his Frozen Mallet there, so he's going to have a lot of CC going for him. Olaf does not quite have the Frozen Mallet. Almost. Got the Giant Spell and the Phage, building that slowly but surely. The Ari Q not landing on that many people, but the Charm landing on Tarek. He is going to go down very quickly. That Ashe ult getting landed on the Karthus. Karthus is going to get taken down as well. And we have that, oh my goodness, this Ashe just completely decimating this team. Tears really having probably MVP of this game with those arrows. Just fantastic. And this is where Caitlyn really does start to fall off, because you do have that long range, but the damage just isn't there. All the abilities, all the CC just is not there. Purple team keeping on this pressure. Aha! And we have a disconnect here. So, oh my goodness. The Nocturne disconnect. We'll see. I didn't realize Nocturne was only level 13. I guess so is Tarek, but my goodness, Nocturne really has not been keeping up so well in this game. Well, I guess we can just take a nap. Oh, man. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like Nocturne has actually disconnected due to a storm from what we're seeing here in the chat. So, I'm going to turn that back off, but I guess that this is the only way that Severity Gaming was probably going to win this. They might have had a really good comeback late game, but unless Nocturne reconnects, I think they might actually be able to win this game now, come back, and advance into the finals. Maybe not in the most, professional way, but I guess whatever you have to do. I'm going to continue commentating it. It may not be the best game after this, but man, an unexpected turn of events, and in an actual tournament game, this is something that you can't really expect to happen a lot. So we'll see. I mean, this Ashe and Ahri are really the ones who are doing a lot for the team. Caitlyn getting taken out there by that Ahri, and we're going to see them come back in for the ultimate still, even though they don't have a Nocturne taking out Severity Gaming, getting a double kill, and then Ahri picking up another kill there. Dodging an arrow. I think that's the first arrow this Ashe has not landed this entire game, and now Karthus is actually also going to get caught out because of the frozen mallet on that Shin. So it looks like not even going to matter. I'm really interested to see what they're saying right now. Yeah, nothing yet, but man, I can't even believe that team fight. It looks like they still might even win this game. 10-22. They're leading by 10k gold. 4 towers, about to be leading by 5 towers. Shen able to just tank this completely with that Warden's Mail and the frozen mallet, and Rumble can't even push 2 people off the turret really. And now they're going to move on to the inhib. Looks like everyone on Severity Gaming is about to be up in, we got 15 seconds till Karthus, but 4 people are up right now, so it's a 4v4. Shen going to go ahead and B. Ashe going to go into this jungle and take out whatever she can on her side. I believe they're leaving those wraiths to be just 2 of them so that the Severity Gaming team can't use them to farm up, but man, even though this Nocturne isn't here because of that storm, we still very well might see them take this game. Just because of all of that early aggression. I mean, you look at Ashe right now. Quicksilver Sash, Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer, and Infinity Edge probably going to be building a Bloodthirster next, or she might be, I don't know, might sell that and get a little bit more of a defensive item, like a Banshee's Veil, Guardian Angel to get a little bit of armor, that kind of thing. Whereas the Caitlyn on their team, not nearly as farmed. We might see a Quicksilver Sash being built there, as well as the obvious pickaxe being built into a Last Whisper to help with some of the armor on their team, mostly just in this Shen. No one else really has a whole lot of armor. Ahri going for a very nuke-heavy build. Janna not getting any armor except for this cloth armor. And, yeah, no one else having any armor except for the Shen having so much. Shen going for a really, really tanky build. 250 armor and 136 there, and that's without his shield even up. So, once he procs that W, absorbing that damage just, negates a lot of the damage that anyone can do to him. So he's going to have a lot of a tanky ability in this next team fight, and we'll have to see where it goes. This Ahri spamming that again, that is just fantastic. Alright, Ashe picking up that red buff for the next team fight. Looks like the, Severity Gaming might actually just be using this strategically and kind of, biding their time, waiting till everyone on their team has their late game items as well, because let's face it, right now they might win, but late game, if everyone has all their items, a 5v4, the 5 is going to win, unless there's some really, really well-placed CC by this Ashe. And does Olaf not have his oracles anymore? No, Olaf, since he died, didn't pick up another oracles. Does anyone have enough money? Everyone has enough money to buy an oracles except for Olaf and Rumble, so I guess Olaf's probably farming up one of those fairly soon, but going for some more armor as well. Not any magic resist to speak of right now, though. I mean, only has a null magic mantle, but I guess he was going for the maybe magic per level runes was what he went for, because magic resist per level runes are the only thing that I could think of that would get him up that much magic resist, except for, you got Merc Treads, null magic mantle, that's 48 or 49, so he must be running some kind of runes for magic resist, because that is a lot of magic resist for him just to have a null magic mantle and boots. So we see that, they're just farming the lanes, farming their jungle. Severity Gaming trying to get back into this, trying to maybe make their way to the final in a 4v5. And don't think that they were not good sports about it. They each team gets 6 minutes for timeouts. So, this team took their 6 minutes. Everyone was talking in chat, having a good time, waiting for him to come back. 6 minutes ran out, they resumed, and then Severity Gaming actually used their timeout to... Oh, the flash! Actually used their timeout to try and wait for Nocturne to come back. So Severity Gaming gave them every chance to get that Nocturne back, but it's just, it's part of the rules. I mean, if you have a DC, you can't wait or, postpone the game. It's not anyone's fault that he DC'd, and so, that's just kind of something that's prearranged before the games. Now we're going to see... Nope, Olaf did not go in on that Ahri. I thought Olaf was going to just axe and run in there, but did not quite go for that. Now we do have everyone's ultimate up. Ash Arrow is down, though, so they need to realize that that is down and that they can really be pretty aggressive right now. The Baron attempt going off. We'll see how quickly they can take it down. Already at half health. Oh my god. Ahri doing so much damage. This is just ridiculous. That Ahri and that Ashe are just doing so much damage. There is nothing that they can do about this. Ashe not even able to do anything. Oh my goodness. They go out of that with an ace on a team of 4. Looks like GG. Yeah, that's what everyone is saying right now. So, man, it looks like Severity Gaming gets knocked out in the semifinals in a 4v5. This game, early game, just got taken way too hard by this Ahri and this Ashe with those arrows on mid. I mean, Evolol, not the best game in terms of how many arrows got landed on him, but that Baron attempt really sealed in their fate. And we are going to see that Severity Gaming gets knocked out in the semifinals. Hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I have been Legend Commentaries. Make sure you leave me a comment in the section down below to let me know whether you want me to do more tournament casts. The next one will probably be live. But either way, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you next time.